Welcome back, guys. This is the Belly Dance Stories podcast, and today we have a special guest. We have a dancer that is super loved by our community. I'm a huge fan of her and her solo performances. And we have here the amazing Lamis.
Hi.
Hey, that was one of our performers and highlights of the Belly Dance Stories last show. And we're so happy to have her here. Lamis, can you introduce yourself to our audience and tell us a little bit about when and how do you started writing your Belly Dance stories?
Hi, I'm Lamis.
Hi, Lamis.
Hey, Lamis, we're so excited to have you.
I've been doing my belly dance stories almost 43 years.
It's been a while.
That's
A long time,
It's
long
amazing.
time. I started, it's my husband's fault.
Uh-huh.
I was going to a gym for a couple of years, and they only had the place open for the women every other day, and then men were every other day.
Segregated.
Yes, so you couldn't go any day of the week. And somebody walked into my husband's office and offered 2 free weeks at a ladies only gym. So I switched. The very first day I was there, I'm on the machines and I'm looking, there's something in the middle of the room. And I'm like, what's that? And it was a belly dance class. And I thought, that looks way more fun than what I'm doing. So I immediately walked over, started taking the class, and 42 and a half years later, I'm still shaking my goodies.
I love that. Cool.
So it's my husband's fault.
How do you feel with the first class? Like, do you remember something?
It was fun. That's the whole thing. This whole 40-year span, that's been fun. That's why I keep.
That's why you
why I
can't
keep
stop
taking
it.
classes.
Yes.
Obviously, I didn't know what I was doing, and
None of us do.
I still don't know what I'm doing. But I kept coming back, and then the teacher noticed, and she said, "Well, I'm teaching at Homestead. Why don't you carpool with me, and I'll take you there." And like I said, 42 and a half years later, I'm still doing it.
And your first class was in Miami.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. That I didn't know. I don't know why. I have no idea.
Of course, it was. I don't remember the name of the gym, but yes, long time ago. And her name at the time was Linda Miller. Linda means beautiful. Her stage name was Hadijah, which means beautiful. That's why she picked it. Hi, Linda.
Hi,
Khadijah. Hi, Linda.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Look what the monster you created.
I love that. So I'm the next question, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Lamis, tell us what you enjoy the most about preparing a solo performance. And we also would like to know your process and what does that look like?
Well, the joy first is you find a song, you hear a song you love, and you're thinking, maybe someday I'll perform to that. 10 years could go by, and you'd finally do it, and sometimes it's your next performance within, the next week or month or whatever. So the first joy would be you love a song, and you thought, I'm going to dance to that someday. The next thing, when I'm actually working on the choreography, I usually work in increments like 30 seconds at a time. Sometimes if I'm really inspired, a minute. And, I'll just put on the music and I start dancing, just fooling around. And as I'm dancing, all of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, that worked. What did I just do? And so my joy then would be you have figured out how to interpret the music with the movement of your body, and they coincide. They're in sync, and I get joy in that. It's like, yes, I did it. I got it. So that would be 2 for sure. And then obviously you can say, the end, I did it, I finished.
It's
very
very
gratifying.
similar to mine. Like, I also get inspired by the song first, and like, it's very interesting that you mentioned like the laps for the choreographies, because there's this saying in dance that they say that usually 1 minute of choreography takes a choreographer a minimum of 1 hour.
Oh,
More
more
to
than
get
that.
there. Exactly.
More than that.
So I'm happy that you're sharing that, because for those people that, they don't dance, like, choreographing is such a hard work. And like Lamis pieces, they are like perfect. I could see how well you plan your movements.
You might even, I've even noticed like I'm halfway through and I'll hear a ding that I never heard before. Okay, how come I didn't hear that ding until now? And then you always hear it and you have to do something with it. When I can't sleep at night sometimes and I'm working on a choreography, I'll lay there in bed and I'll sit there and go through the music in my head and I'll think of different combinations I can do, and I get up the next morning and I try them, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they don't, yeah.
But when you're deep in the throes of choreographing a song, somehow it just becomes, it takes over your life. Like, I can't sleep.
That's so true. It does. You keep thinking about the music. It keeps replaying in our heads. And Arabic music is very intricate. Very intricate. So it's like you said, all of a sudden you hear the music again. And you're like, oh my God, that ding, that sound, I didn't hear it before. Now I have to go back, make a choice.
You got to figure out what you're going to do with that ding.
Yeah. Yes. And then it's hard sometimes because you had choreographed something else. So that's why this process takes a long time. You also have an archive of choreographies. Like we've talked about this. Lamis has this archive of choreographies that she's done, and I sometimes brought them back. For example, the one in Belly Dance Stories, this was one that you had already performed. But let's backtrack on your stage performances, preparing a solo, and that process. And then these stage performances, how have they impacted and contributed to your life?
Helped me become more confident. When I took your workshop last week, you had us write down 2 words, and my first one was confidence.
Nice.
So I would definitely say more confidence. I would say belly dancing in general. The other thing, my posture is way much better.
Mm-hmm.
I've had complete strangers walk up to me and say what great posture I have.
You do have a great posture.
You do have amazing posture.
Like I'm here, like.
And as a child,
We're
I did
fixing our posture right now.
As a child, I did it. My parents almost got those little strap things that pull your shoulders together. As soon as I could be sitting or standing or I tuck, lift, always right away. And when I've taught, I even say you might not remember any of these combinations or moves, but you're going to walk out of here with better posture.
And how does that make you feel, just having better posture?
It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
It kind of changes your whole attitude. Like if you're like this,
The posture is actually that.
And it's probably better for your insides to do what they're supposed to do, because they're not.
Oh, we give them space to breathe too.
But
True.
What I was going to say, like your posture is the accumulation of experiences. And how do you react with them with your body? So when you're saying that you feel happy and you're saying that belly dance gives you confidence, this represents basically the way that also dance impacts your self-esteem, your spirit.
From your heart.
Yes.
And of course, so you open your heart.
So, yes.
That's right. We talk
I
about
never
that.
heard that from.
I always say that in class. Open your heart space.
Exactly. That's beautiful.
It's amazing how much I quote from other teachers and even from way back. But I'm here. Obviously, I'm quoting you a lot because I'm going to classes with you.
It's the moment, the experience in the moment. But you do have a lot of really good quotes. And she's always saying sayings. And I was like, I've never heard that one before. I'm always learning something from Lamis.
Well, hopefully we learn from each other.
Yeah, we do.
That's the beautiful thing. Okay, so let's go back to the piece of Belly Dance Stories. And let's get a little bit deep on it. Your piece was a dedication to the ones who are no longer with us. Did the experience of creating this piece change or reaffirm your relationship with death?
Well, that routine, that choreography, that piece, it had nothing to do with death. It had to do with life, with light. Okay, I'm an undertaker's daughter. So I've been around death all my life. And my dad used to say, the funeral is not about the person who is dead, it's for the people it's for the living. So actually when I first started planning it, it was the song. again, it was the song first. I went to a workshop, and I heard. I said, "Oh, I love this. It's so. It affected me. I can't think of the word right now, but it affected me in such a way that I thought, I want to do something with that from here." And it was a sad kind of a song, but anyway, when I heard that song, it made me think of dedicating to the people. I mean, I've been doing this so long, a lot of people are now no longer with us, be they musicians, dancers, teachers, co-students. A particular young lady had died 5 years ago, and it really hit me hard. I wasn't even best friends with her, but we were roommates a lot of the times at the workshops, and she died way too young. And I said, it was really for her primarily, but then I thought, why not for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I heard the song, I said, this is the song. This is the song that I can do that with. And I wanted to use a veil, but I wanted to use it differently. I am known as Queen of the Veils. I did not give myself that title.
I gave you that title. I'm just kidding. I don't think I did, but
No, I've had it.
I know.
People have been calling me that forever, and like I
know,
said,
yeah, yeah.
I never gave myself that title.
I keep saying it.
But that's how when you know that you're a real queen is when that happens.
I will say, when I'm dancing and I'm learning a new step, I feel like I do it. Put a veil in my hand, and I feel like Linus with his blanket, and I do way much better with fabric in my hands. So
That's your
And-
element.
It's her element, and it's amazing what you do with it. I'm in like awe every time.
but I wanted to use a veil differently. Instead of holding it, I had help from a friend to get this very sheer, almost like a tulle, how do you say?
Mm-hmm.
Going from front to back, so it would be as sheer as possible so that people could see me. Because if you buy regular silk veil, number one, you can't see through it, and they can't see you. And death, people associate black and darkness and sadness, and I wanted to express the light. Because, like in the dedication, what I said, they're the reason I am here the way I am right now. Like, they've helped me step by step, getting me to where I was, or where I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to appreciate and thank them that even though you're not here, you're still with me right here. And that's kind of how I came about it. The one time I performed it, somebody was actually crying in the audience, and then I had tears in my eyes. So I can say it's the first time I was crying on stage when I did it.
Wow.
The first time.
Actually, it was the
first time?
second. It was the second time.
And before Belly Dance Stories, how many times have you performed this one?
Twice.
Twice
Just the
before.
twice.
Okay, and this one was the third one.
This was the third time. And this one was
Wow.
in a different costume. I wanted to do it in white and silver to really express the light that they are shining down on us.
Yeah, it looks so beautiful. It was such a smart choice.
And
Like,
somebody said it looked ethereal.
ethereal.
I wonder
Yes, it
who.
is. Yes.
Andres.
I knew it.
That touched me too when he said that.
It looks very ethereal.
You did make people cry in this one,
Yeah.
though. They were teary-eyed for this one. Also, the third one.
Well, it was amazing when I saw the video that people clapped after I finished my introduction.
Yeah.
I hadn't even started hardly
Yeah,
dancing,
yeah.
and they clapped. And the fact that I had finished talking, because I started with my back, and I was doing my choreography, and I just so happened to stop talking in my introduction just as I had planned to turn around and face the audience. And it looks like it was planned, and it was not. It's just that it worked. That maybe it was supposed to.
I think it was very serendipitous that it did, because we weren't sure for most of Belly Dance Stories, putting the voices together, if we were going to overlap with the music or not. And then it just so happened yours landed perfectly the way that it did.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even know you were going to turn around at that time. So it was so perfect. It was meant to be.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
And also, you're a great storyteller, and I think you guys are already seeing that. So, the tone of your voice also in the audio the introduction, I think everybody felt that also.
Because they knew it was coming.
It's
the whole show.
Yes,
The
yes.
whole show, you could feel it, that it was coming from here, from every single one.
Yeah, from all of the performers. That was wonderful.
I loved that. That's my favorite show.
So now revisiting for the third time and now having this extra element of the audio in this one, that's really interesting. Can you talk about that experience, revisiting this choreography and adding this element to it?
It was awesome. It kind of reinforced the whole feeling of what I was trying to portray in the movement. And I thought it was really cool, this recorded introduction of my voice introducing myself. It just made it so much better. It made me feel better. Wow. That's one word. Wow.
Reinforce, I think it will be the correct also.
What?
Reinforce.
Reinforce.
Oh,
yes,
reinforce, yeah.
I'm like rainforest.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yes,
I think it's the correct word to actually describe how many of us also felt.
It was awesome. An awesome thing. I recommend it highly.
So after dancing for many years, what do you see has changed in your book of dance? And how do you stay motivated?
Well, I definitely stay motivated because I keep going to class.
You keep moving.
I keep going to class. And right now I'm studying under 4 different teachers. And I love it because you can learn from every single one, even if it's what not to do. So reinforced it or motivating, being motivated is by going to class because I love it. It's a lot of fun. I like going to class. It's much better than going to the gym. I'd rather go to class. And you see the same people and you become friends. And I just love the whole thing. So being motivated, go to class. How has it changed me? Well, more confidence. I was very shy. I have a lot more vocabulary in my dance moves because I've been continuing to study. Because you can get lazy. If you don't go to class, you can get lazy, you can get stale, you forget. And so you need that constant reminder and practice to go to class. Plus, I like it.
Yeah, it's so true. You can get stale. Yeah. Even us teachers, like sometimes I feel, when I feel that, I'm like, no, okay, I'm going to class.
Time to be on the other side.
Yeah. It feels very good and very rewarding.
Yeah, I feel that there's so many benefits of the class also, like you're practicing your memory when you're learning a combo, which is something that it's very important.
Health-wise, absolutely.
Health-wise, yeah. The bonding with the other friends, meeting people out of the context of work or family.
I think it's keeping me young.
Boom.
I don't think I look the same as people my own age. I don't think I move, or I'm able to move better than people my own age because I think of this dance.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you can get injuries in dance,
At
just
any
like
age.
just like an athlete. So, but I don't think I look my age. I think I'm moving better. I think I'm looking better. Is that kind of smug? I don't know.
No, not at all. I think that's an inspiration, hopefully, for others as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dancing is fun. Why not?
Why not? It's
Why
true, and all the
not?
benefits. Some people don't realize it as well. They're too shy to start at any age. They're too shy. You know, they need to see to believe, in other words.
I started late, I think. I was 25. Okay, now you can count. do the math. I mean, it wasn't like I started as a child. I was already married. My husband did not marry a belly dancer, but he ended up with one.
He ended up with an amazing belly dancer for the rest of his life.
They've called him Mr. Lamis.
Mr. Lamis. I love it.
you need to have shirts, Mr. Lamis, Mrs. Lamis.
Yes,
Boy.
for sure.
Well, Lamis, I know you have experience teaching and helping others find belly dance, and we want to know. Would you like to share any extra wisdom for our listeners?
Most importantly, I always have to, some of this I apply to myself and still apply to myself. Lift the rib cage. Yeah, see? I have always found if you're having a difficulty doing a move, it's probably because your rib cage is not lifted. You're not separating the upper Nile from the lower Nile.
Oh, that's so cute. You see, she comes up with these cute things. And I'm just
Excellent.
like, upper and lower Nile.
So that's one. And that's, like I said, why people, like I said, when I taught a class recently, I said, you might not remember any of the moves, but you'll walk out of here with better posture. Like when you do that next selfie, you know, for Facebook or whatever, tuck, lift. I had it in my head and I can't think of it now. When you're dancing to a live band and you're maybe not necessarily knowing not what they're playing or whatever, I tend to panic with a live band. That's one of my weaker sides. I freak out. And so I tend to, what do I do? Do I go over here? I got to do this. Slow down. That would be my big clue. Slow down. As somebody else would say, take a breath.
That's a big one, yeah.
But I feel like because I get so nervous, I get frantic. So I would say to you, slow down.
It's a big one. It's
Even
very
if
helpful.
it's a fast song,
Slow down.
you
Slow
can
down.
slow down and give them that Kodak moment.
Exactly. Give them the picture.
Don't go so fast that it's like they miss it. So I would say those are two big ones. Oh, and study from as many people as you can.
So important.
I can't even tell you how many people I've studied under. You can learn from everybody. Obviously, like I'm studying with 4 people right now, but obviously some people can't afford to like take four different classes a week. So I would say find a teacher you like, and if you like that teacher, stick with them for at least a year, because it's going to take you a year to get used to their style, their technique, and their feel for how they present themselves in this dance form. So that would be something else. At least take the class with one teacher, the same teacher, for a year. And then, yeah, of course you can continue, but if you feel like that's all you can get out of that person, then move on and find somebody else. So just take it as much as, soak it in like a sponge. I want all of it.
That's really good advice, yeah.
All
A
of
year
it.
is a good amount of time to
I
really
feel-
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I would say those 3 things.
nice.
Those
Lift-
are really good
Lift
advices.
the rib cage,
Yeah.
slow down, study with anybody you can.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody you can.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and you have so much knowledge and experience because you've almost been dancing like nonstop for all these years. And we call you the Miami dance archivalist. You have collected so much, and I have yet to come over and look at all the photos and video.
I have almost 60 scrapbooks.
That's
Wow.
incredible.
And it's not just me. It's not, though it's kind of funny because the very first book I put together, I had the nerve to put belly dance career. And I'm like, the nerve. Like, who do you think you are?
Belly dance career. I love it.
belly dance, yes.
Belly dance career 1.
Manifest it.
And but if you've written me a card, if I've seen you in the newspaper, I'll cut that out. If I've taken pictures, I think I'm on my 57th or 58th photo scrapbook.
Wow.
I think that's so important for a community member to do that. I mean, I know you just did it naturally out of, how.
We did it for me, but I've been called
Okay,
the
yeah.
Miami belly dance historian.
Yes,
Oh my God.
that too. Yeah,
so
no,
much
absolutely.
better than the Facebook memories.
Yeah, yeah, because you have the stories, and I mean that's what photos were meant to do.
Yeah.
We were meant to look at this
Document.
one photo, that we printed at oh my God, what was CVS before?
Eckerd's.
Eckerd's. I remember going there and just talking about, oh, I remember when we took this photo. So you must have so many stories, you know. We might want to have you come back.
To those scrapbooks.
I
I want to see them.
I had a party
come over.
once, and they had them all over the living room floor.
Oh.
I took a picture, and I saw all these people on the floor with all the books all over the place. It's like,
That's amazing.
and
That's
I
so
still do it. I
beautiful.
still do it. I just started. Is it 57 or 58? I don't know. I've just started a new one. So,
Wow.
and it's very simple, very basic. I don't have any. It's not like matted and framed and all that. It's just basic pictures, names, dates, and events. Because I thought if I did that, I'd never get it done. So I just have it very simple. But it's pretty much chronological as it's gone.
That's
So-
amazing.
That's amazing. I wonder if that's also part of your process when you go back. And do you ever open them back up again when you need inspiration?
Or just to look at them and go,
just-
oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have. It's been a while, but I have gone through them.
Okay.
Especially when I finish one, then I'll go, God, look at that.
This is more real. It's more tangible to see a photo than have to go back into your Facebook albums and be like,
so much
well,
special.
it-
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't take as
Yeah.
many pictures as I used to because I'm now using my cell phone.
Yeah.
I actually
probably.
I have a very good camera, and I used to take it everywhere and take a lot of pictures. Not necessarily just the people on stage, people in the audience, like, it's intermission. Come on, get together, I want to get a picture. And so it's not
Yeah.
just the people in their belly dance costumes, it's the people who were there or in dance class or whatever, or in the workshops. I used to take a lot of pictures. I'd have to recharge the battery in the camera. it would go.
yeah, I think that's also why we wanted to have the book for Belly Dance Stories is because
I can't wait.
it was so beautiful and such a tangible capsule of time to have. So yeah, I'm so happy that we were able to do that. And I know you were super excited to have that book. You're like, just give me 20 of them.
Just about.
Just about.
Absolutely. I keep giving you more money. Here, I need another one. I need another one.
Are you giving them as a gift?
Yes,
Such a good idea.
I am giving them as gift, especially for the people who were there.
And this is the first edition. Nobody else is going to have the first edition. We're going to sign it.
Oh my God.
So there's several people are getting it who actually went to the event. It's kind of like my thank you for coming.
Wow.
And I'm giving some just because I want them to see it.
Lamis, now that you say that, one of the people you invited was their first time seeing belly dance. Was that you? Who?
Well, my hairdresser and her husband came, and he's the one who was interviewed on your.
Exactly.
Carlos.
On Instagram, yeah.
She does my hair, and that's the first time they've seen me besides being in a chair getting my hair done.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I felt very humbled that they took the time out to come out and see me.
Wow, yeah. I imagine they had to be like, they were probably like,
Well, he said he was
this is the
shocked or
moment?
something. I can't remember.
Yeah, of course.
See,
And then the way people reacted also to you, like they're probably thinking like, oh my God, she's a belly dance superstar.
oh, well, I don't know about
she
that.
is. Yeah, you are.
What did they
That's
say
so nice.
after?
Well, they he couldn't believe, I'm in this beautiful, sparkly costume and very elegant and moving my body the way I'm moving my body. And it's like seeing a whole different side of me besides the normal,
Yeah.
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 like, well.
It's different. Yeah.
I remember I danced for a birthday party at a house, and I left. Part of it was I taught a class, like I danced, and I brought like 30 hip scarves, and I guess I forgot the box, and I had to go back the next day to get the box, and I opened the door, and he goes, "That was you?"
Oh my God.
I was like, "Man, do I look that bad?" That was you?
We change. We're chameleons.
Yeah.
We change.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
transform.
Totally. We look totally different.
Wow. Well, thanks so much for sharing everything, Lamis. It was really, really such an honor to have you on our Belly Dance Stories podcast, the first volume.
Yes.
Oh, this is really good. Yeah.
So much wisdom, so much artistry. Like, I love how Lamis over this conversation has basically tell us how you also trust the processes and like consistency, the importance of consistency also, and like, yeah. So it's been a beautiful conversation. Thank you so much, Lamis.
Thank you so much, Lamis.
Hi, thank you.
And thank you so much to everybody watching and listening. We will see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.
So if you guys like what you saw and heard, make sure you're following us in Instagram at
Belly Dance Stories.
and subscribe also to our YouTube channel,
Belly Dance
Belly Dance
Stories.
Stories. So we keep it super easy for you. You can find more information about our next theatrical production at www.bellydancestories.com.
Belly Dance Stories.
Okay? So
You can also email us if you have any questions at
bellydancestories@gmail.com. Easy peasy. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Share it if you like it. Share it.